A mother's love is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It is pure, unconditional, and selfless. From the moment a child is born, a mother's heart is filled with endless love and care. She does not need a reason to love her child. She loves because it is in her nature. Her love is not based on conditions, expectations, or personal gain. It is given freely, without hesitation, and without limits. A mother's love begins even before a child enters this world. She carries her baby in her womb, enduring pain and discomfort, yet she never complains. She patiently waits for months, dreaming of holding her child in her arms. The moment the child is born, she forgets all the pain she went through and feels only happiness. From that day onward, her life revolves around her child. She wakes up in the middle of the night to feed the baby, sings lullabies to help them sleep, and spends sleepless nights just to make sure they are safe. As the child grows, a mother's love does not fade, it only grows stronger. She holds her child's hand when they take their first step, encourages them when they say their first words, and claps with joy at every little achievement. She becomes a teacher, a friend, and a protector. No matter how tired she is, she never stops caring for her child. She puts their needs before her own, ensuring they have food to eat, clothes to wear, and a home filled with love. A mother's love is different from any other kind of love because it does not depend on how good or bad her child is. Even when a child makes mistakes, a mother does not stop loving them. She may scold them, correct them, or teach them lessons, but deep down, her love never changes. She is always ready to forgive and embrace her child no matter what happens. This is what makes her love unconditional. It is not based on behavior, success, or circumstances. There are many examples in history that show how powerful a mother's love can be. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors, was once told by his teachers that he was not smart enough to learn. But his mother refused to believe it. She took him out of school and taught him herself. Because of her belief in him, he went on to invent the light bulb and many other things. Another great example is Abdul Sattar Eddy, who dedicated his life to helping the poor. He was inspired by his mother, who taught him to always be kind and generous. These examples show that a mother's love can shape the future of not just one child, but the whole world. No matter how old we grow, a mother's love remains the same. She worries when we are sick, prays for our success, and stays by our side in difficult times. Even when we become adults, she still treats us like her little child, offering advice, love, and warmth. There is no greater blessing than having a mother who loves and supports us unconditionally. It is important to appreciate our mothers and recognize the sacrifices they make. Many times, we take their love for granted and do not realize how much they do for us. A mother never asks for anything in return, but we can make her happy by respecting her, listening to her, and showing gratitude for all that she does. A simple thank you or a kind gesture can mean the world to her. In the end, a mother's love is a gift that cannot be measured in words. It is a love that never fades, never weakens, and never disappears. It is the purest form of love, one that remains strong in every situation. A mother's love is truly the most beautiful thing in the world, and we should always cherish and honor it. A mother's love is filled with countless sacrifices. From the moment she becomes a mother, her life is no longer just her own. She gives up her comfort, dreams, and desires to ensure that her child has everything they need. She does not think twice about putting her child first, even if it means giving up things she once loved. Her sacrifices are silent, often unnoticed, yet they shape the future of her children in the most powerful way. From the very beginning, a mother endures pain and discomfort during pregnancy. She carries her child for 9 months, facing physical and emotional challenges, but she never complains. She struggles through sleepless nights, morning sickness, and countless difficulties, yet her heart is filled with love and excitement for the life growing inside her. The moment her child is born, her own needs become secondary. She forgets about her own rest, health, and even hunger just to make sure her child is safe, fed, and cared for. As the child grows, a mother's sacrifices continue. She gives up her sleep to wake up in the middle of the night when her baby cries. She spends her days running after them, making sure they are happy and healthy. Even when she is tired, she finds the energy to cook, clean, and take care of the household. Her personal dreams and ambitions often take a back seat as she dedicates herself to raising her child. Many mothers leave behind their careers, passions, and interests just so they can be there for their children. Financial sacrifices are also a major part of a mother's love. She may choose not to buy new clothes for herself so that her child can have the best. She might cut down on her own expenses to provide her child with better education, better opportunities, and a brighter future. If money is tight, she will make sure her child eats first, even if it means skipping a meal herself. She never complains because her child's happiness is more valuable to her than anything else. Beyond material sacrifices, a mother also sacrifices her time and personal space. She rarely has time for herself as her entire day is spent looking after her child's needs. She forgets about rest, relaxation, and personal hobbies just to be available whenever her child needs her. Her life revolves around her family, and she often puts her own emotions aside to stay strong for her children. Even when she is stressed or facing problems, she hides her pain behind a smile so that her child does not worry. A mother's dreams often change when she becomes a parent. While she may have once dreamed of personal achievements, her biggest dream now is to see her child succeed. She works tirelessly to provide the best for her child, whether it is through education, guidance, or emotional support. Many mothers sacrifice their own dreams of higher studies or career growth so they can raise their children properly. Yet they never regret it because seeing their children happy and successful is the greatest reward for them. No matter how much a mother sacrifices, she never expects anything in return. She does not demand appreciation or rewards. Her love is selfless, and her sacrifices are made purely out of love. However, it is important for us to recognize and value everything our mothers do for us. We should never take their efforts for granted. A simple thank you, a kind gesture, or even spending time with her can bring her immense happiness. A mother's sacrifices shape the lives of her children in ways they may not even realize. Every achievement, every success, and every happiness a child experiences is often built on the silent sacrifices of their mother. She gives up her own dreams so that her child can achieve theirs. She endures discomfort so that her child can live in comfort. Her love is truly the most selfless and beautiful love in the world, and it deserves the highest respect and appreciation. A mother's love is the purest form of love in the world. It is selfless, unwavering, and knows no limits. From the moment a child enters her life, a mother gives everything she has without expecting anything in return. She dedicates her time, energy, and emotions to ensure that her child grows up feeling loved and cared for. No matter how hard life gets, her love never fades. It remains strong, constant, and unconditional through every challenge and stage of life. A mother's selflessness is seen in the way she puts her child's needs before her own. She sacrifices her own comfort, sleep, and even health to take care of her little one, whether she is tired, hungry, or unwell. She never lets her struggles come in the way of her responsibilities. If her child is sick, she stays up all night, forgetting about her own exhaustion. If her child is sad, she hides her own worries to bring a smile to their face. She does not expect praise or rewards for what she does because her love is not based on conditions. It is purely from the heart. Her unwavering love is evident in how she stands by her child in every situation. No matter how many mistakes her child makes, she never turns her back on them. Even when the world criticizes or abandons her child, she remains their biggest support. She forgives easily, understands deeply, and continues to believe in them when no one else does. If her child fails, she encourages them to try again. If they lose hope, she becomes their source of strength. She does not stop loving her child even when they grow up, move away, or start their own lives. Her love remains the same, strong and steady as ever. A mother's selflessness is also reflected in the way she gives without expecting anything in return. She does not love her child because of their achievements, success, or good behavior. She loves them simply because they are hers. Whether they are rich or poor, weak or strong, successful or struggling. Her love does not change. She does not ask for repayment for the years of care and sacrifices she has made. Instead, she finds happiness in her child's happiness. A simple hug, a kind word, or a moment of appreciation is enough to make her heart full. Her love is also protective. She shields her child from harm, stands up for them when they are in trouble, and fights against any difficulties that come their way. She prays for their safety, worries about their future, and does everything in her power to give them a better life. Even when she is not physically present, her love continues to guide and protect her child. She teaches them lessons that stay with them forever, shaping their character and giving them strength in difficult times. No matter how much time passes, a mother's love never weakens. It is as strong when her child is a baby as it is when they become an adult. Even when her child makes mistakes, forgets to call, or does not show appreciation, her love does not decrease. It is patient, understanding, and forgiving. She waits with open arms, always ready to support and comfort her child whenever they need her. In a world where most things change, a mother's love remains constant. It is the kind of love that does not depend on circumstances, personal benefit, or external factors. It is the kind of love that gives everything and asks for nothing. It is selfless, unwavering, and eternal. No matter where life takes us, a mother's love stays with us, shaping who we are and reminding us that we are never alone. Recognizing and appreciating this love is the least we can do, for a mother's love is truly the most precious gift anyone can ever have. Behind every great personality, there is often a mother whose love, belief, and sacrifices helped shape their success. A mother's faith in her child can be more powerful than any obstacle. Even when the world doubts them, a mother's encouragement gives them the strength to keep going. Many of the greatest leaders, inventors, and thinkers in history owe their achievements to the support and belief of their mothers. Her words of motivation, her silent sacrifices, and her constant prayers paved the way for her child's success. One of the most famous examples is Thomas Edison. As a child, Edison struggled in school, and his teacher called him slow and incapable of learning. When he brought a letter home from school, his mother read it and told him that his teacher had written, "Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him, and we don't have good enough teachers to teach him." She then decided to teach him herself. What she did not tell Edison was that the letter actually said he was not fit for school. But because of his mother's belief in him, Edison grew up to become one of the greatest inventors in history, giving the world the electric light bulb and many other innovations. His mother's faith gave him the confidence to continue learning despite all challenges. Another inspiring example is that of Abdul Sattar Eddy, one of the greatest humanitarians the world has ever known. He dedicated his entire life to serving the poor, the sick, and the helpless. His mother played a huge role in shaping his values. She would give him 2 coins every day, one for himself and one to give to someone in need. She taught him kindness, generosity, and the importance of helping others. Even though they were not rich, she showed him that true wealth lies in caring for humanity. Eddy never forgot his mother's lessons, and he went on to build one of the largest charitable organizations in the world, proving that a mother's teachings can create a lasting impact on society. Similarly, Napoleon Bonaparte, the famous French leader, always credited his mother for his strength and discipline. His mother, Letizia Bonaparte, raised him with strict principles, teaching him the importance of hard work, patience, and resilience. Even in difficult times, she encouraged him to stay focused on his dreams. Napoleon later said, "The future destiny of a child is always the work of a mother." His success as a great military leader was deeply influenced by the upbringing he received from his mother. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, India's beloved scientist and former president, also spoke about his mother's influence on his life. Coming from a poor family, he faced many struggles in his early years. His mother, despite their financial difficulties, ensured that he received a good education. She would often skip meals so that her children could eat. Her belief in Kalam gave him the determination to work hard, and he went on to become a renowned scientist, known as the Missile Man of India. He always mentioned how his mother's sacrifices and prayers played a crucial role in his achievements. There are countless such examples where a mother's belief has transformed the lives of her children, whether it is in science, politics, arts, or humanitarian work. Many great personalities have reached success because their mothers never stopped believing in them. A mother's faith can be the strongest force in a child's life, giving them the courage to overcome failures and achieve their dreams. It is a reminder to all of us that no matter how tough life gets, if we have someone who believes in us, we can rise above any challenge. A mother's belief is like a shield that protects her child from self-doubt and fear. She sees potential in her child even when the world does not. Her love, sacrifices, and encouragement shape the future, not just of her child, but of the entire world. A mother's love is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It does not just shape the life of her child, but also has a lasting impact on society. When a mother raises her child with love, care, and strong values, she is not just preparing one individual for the future. She is contributing to the betterment of the world. The lessons she teaches, the values she instills, and the sacrifices she makes influence the generations to come. Many of the greatest leaders, thinkers, and change makers in history were shaped by the love and guidance of their mothers. A mother plays the most important role in shaping a child's character. From an early age, she teaches kindness, honesty, patience, and hard work. These values stay with the child and influence how they treat others in the future. A child who grows up in a loving environment learns to spread love and positivity in society. On the other hand, a child who lacks care and emotional support may struggle with relationships, confidence, and decision-making. This is why a mother's role is so crucial, not just for her child's success, but for creating a better world. Many great personalities have credited their mothers for their success. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, was once considered a failure in school, but his mother refused to believe that he was incapable. She took it upon herself to educate him, filling him with confidence and curiosity. Because of her faith in him, he went on to become one of the greatest inventors in history. His inventions did not just benefit him, but changed the world. This shows how a mother's belief in her child can lead to advancements that benefit all of humanity. Similarly, the famous humanitarian Abdul Sattar Eddy, who dedicated his life to serving the poor, was greatly influenced by his mother. She taught him to always help those in need, even when they had little themselves. This lesson stayed with him and inspired him to build one of the largest charitable organizations in the world. His mother's love and teachings did not just shape his future, they helped millions of people in need. A mother's love also impacts society by creating responsible and compassionate individuals. A child who receives unconditional love learns the importance of giving love in return. They grow up to be kind, helpful, and understanding, making the world a better place. Where they become teachers, doctors, scientists, or leaders, the value their mother instilled in them guide their actions. The world benefits from individuals who are raised with love and strong values. A mother's influence is not limited to her own child. The love and wisdom she shares often extend to the people around her. Mothers shape communities by teaching, guiding, and inspiring not just their own children, but others as well. A kind and strong mother can uplift an entire generation by raising children who go on to help and inspire others. Even in history, powerful mothers have influenced great movements. The mothers of freedom fighters, poets, and revolutionaries taught them courage, resilience, and the power of standing up for what is right. Without these strong mothers, the world might not have seen the heroes who fought for justice and change. It is often said that the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. This means that the person who raises a child has the power to shape the future of humanity. A mother's love does not just stay within the walls of her home, it spreads through her child's actions, thoughts, and contributions to society. In the end, a mother's love is more than just a personal bond. It is a force that influences generations and changes the world for the better. By raising kind, responsible, and intelligent individuals, she plays a crucial role in shaping the future of humanity. This is why a mother's love is not only a gift to her child, but a gift to the entire world. A mother is the most selfless and loving person in a child's life. She gives her time, energy, and heart to ensure her child's happiness and success. From the moment a child is born, she dedicates her life to nurturing and protecting them, often sacrificing her own comfort and dreams in the process. Despite everything she does, she never asks for anything in return. This is why it is our duty to always respect, appreciate, and cherish our mothers, not just on special occasions, but every single day. Respecting our mothers means recognizing their sacrifices and treating them with kindness. They spend years raising us, teaching us values, and guiding us through life's challenges. Even when they are tired or struggling, they continue to put our needs first. A mother never complains about the hardships she faces because her love for her child is greater than any pain. The least we can do is show her the same love and respect in return. We should listen to her advice, speak to her politely, and never take her for granted. A small gesture of respect, like helping her with daily tasks, listening when she speaks, or simply acknowledging her efforts, can mean the world to her. Appreciation is another important way to show love for our mothers. Many times we fail to realize how much they do for us. From cooking our favorite meals to staying up late when we are unwell, a mother's love is endless. Yet we often forget to say thank you or express our gratitude. A simple word of appreciation can bring immense joy to her heart. Whether it is through a heartfelt conversation, a small note, or even a hug, letting her know that we recognize her efforts makes her feel valued and loved. Mothers do not expect grand gestures. They only want to know that their love and care are acknowledged. Cherishing our mothers means making them feel special and loved. They dedicate their lives to us, but as we grow older, we often become too busy with our own lives and forget to spend time with them. Many mothers silently long for the love and attention of their children, but they never express it. This is why we should make an effort to be there for them, talk to them, and involve them in our lives. A mother's greatest happiness comes from seeing her children happy and close to her. Spending quality time with her, sharing our joys and worries, and making her feel included in our lives is the best way to cherish her. One of the biggest mistakes people make is realizing the value of their mothers too late. Many people only understand their mother's sacrifices when they have grown older or when she is no longer around. By then it is too late to show the love and appreciation she truly deserved. That is why we should never delay in expressing our love, whether through small acts of kindness, words of gratitude, or simply spending time together. We should always make our mothers feel cherished while they are with us. A mother's love is one of the most precious gifts we have in this world. It is unconditional, selfless, and endless. No matter how much we do for her, it will never match what she has done for us. However, by respecting, appreciating, and cherishing her, we can at least bring some happiness into her life. She deserves our love, not just because she is our mother, but because she is the one who has given us everything without expecting anything in return. In the end, our mothers are the reason we are who we are today. They shape our lives with their love, wisdom, and sacrifices. We should never take them for granted. Instead, we should always honor, respect, and cherish them, making sure they know how much they mean to us. After all, a mother's love is irreplaceable, and showing her love in return is the least we can do.